Hi, my name is Manya Hosa, and for this month Passionate Leader Spotlight, we have my dear friend, Leigh Matthews Rodriguez. She is a lawyer who specializes in child welfare and truly inspires me, and I'm so excited to share her story with you. So keep on watching. I am here with Leigh Matthews Rodriguez. She is a good friend of mine, and since I already know plenty about you, why don't you share your story and how you got here today with whoever's watching?
Sure. So I went to undergraduate school to be a social worker and started doing that after college. I became a child protective services caseworker and pretty quickly realized that wasn't the right fit for me, but I love child welfare and wanted to stay in the area. So a few years later, I went to the University of Texas School of Law, and now I'm an attorney and I represent family members in CPS cases.
Amazing. So passion for changing people's lives is what got me to choose my career and love what I do every day. And I think that's what we have in common, and that's why we get along so well. So why don't you share with us about your passion?
I completely agree. One thing that I'm very passionate about is the rights of children, and that can often get lost in the shuffle of a CPS case. I believe really strongly in giving children a voice in their own cases and putting families safely back together if it can be done. When I meet a kid, it's often after one of the worst times in their life where they've just been removed from a parent or been through an episode of abuse or neglect. And so it's not lost on me that point at which I connect with those kids is a very powerful time in their lives and something that will be important to them for the rest of their lives. So it's my passion to be an advocate for a child, to allow them to be involved in their case, and to really speak and be their voice in the legal system.
So Leigh, tell us what inspires you on a daily basis.
Well, I'm really lucky to have the support of my husband in what I do. Him having my back and giving me that freedom in my job is so necessary when I work such long and weird hours. But outside of my family, the other thing that really inspires me is the kids and the parents that I work for. Seeing a kid come into themselves or a parent really turn their life around is truly inspiring, and seeing a family safely put back together is also a beautiful thing. So seeing them work so hard at what they do makes me want to do the same.
I think it's amazing what you do, and I can definitely relate as a working mom, and working with people, hearing their stories every day makes you even more grateful for what you have, and the support of your family really truly means a lot. Leigh, what would be your advice to other people who want to make a difference?
I think there's a million ways to get involved, and a lot of them in child welfare alone. I'm happy to talk to anybody who's interested and wants to help in that area, but I think everybody should just find a niche, a way to use their strengths and be truly satisfied by how they're giving back. I think that another thing to keep in mind is that hard work involves a lot of disappointment, and that's not the same thing as failure. So find something that you enjoy doing, savor the victories, and give back however works for you.
Leigh, if you could choose one personal trait that helped you become successful, what would it be?
Hands down, being stubborn. When I was a kid, I thought I could knock through a brick wall if I tried hard enough. The fact that I hadn't done it before was no deterrent, and it made me look ridiculous at times, but it was definitely a driving force.
Tell me, how do you keep people around you motivated?
I try to truly listen to the kids that I represent and advocate for what they want rather than imposing my own ideas on them. I think it keeps them engaged in their own case and helps them to persevere through difficult circumstances. At least I hope I do that for the kids that I'm lucky enough to represent.
I know, I feel like sometimes with my clients, just by listening to their story and, tough stories, already makes a big difference. Leigh, tell me what's next for you.
I'm always looking forward to my next case or my next client, but also professionally, I'm hoping to get my specialty in child welfare this year. And at home, we're going to tackle the wild world of preschool. It's going to be fun.
Nice. I want to thank you for many things. To do what you do, because I sure don't know how to do it. I'm so glad that you're there for, people that need you. I want to thank you for being a great friend. A great mom friend. That's important. And then I also want to thank you for being here and inspiring and Yeah, I love you.
I love you too. Thanks so much for having me.